Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the steps on how to prep your client's hair for a protective style or low maintenance style. Doesn't matter what that style is, whether it's braids, faux locks, 2-strand twist, whatever. These are going to be the steps on how to properly hydrate and moisturize the client's hair so that they're getting longevity and their hair is not drying out while they're wearing these longer producing hairstyles. So I have my client Sydney with me. Everybody say, hey, Fave. This is my fave. I love this little girl. I can rant on about her so much. She's a sophomore in high school. She's been with me since the end of her 7th grade year. So I'm just so excited that she allowed me to film this video for my YouTube channel. But we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to go ahead and start off by detangling Sydney's hair. The products that I had in my spray bottle is just water. So when you detangle a client's hair, you want to go ahead and spray it with a detangling spray or with a water and conditioner mixed in a spray bottle, okay? You want to start off by working your way from the end down from the ends and work your way up to the roots as much as you can. As you guys can see, I'm actually making it through the sections of her hair a lot really quickly, and that's because Sydney did detangle her hair for me already, which is a requirement for my clients. You don't have to come washed or anything like that, or proper terms, shampooed or anything like that, but you do have to come with your hair detangled no matter what the state is. Sydney did just take out the knotless braids that we previously did, so I am working with dirty hair here, which is perfectly fine. You do not have to come with semi-cleansed hair. That doesn't even make sense. You just have to come with a detangled hair for me, because the detangling process for everybody is completely different. I'm using the brush right now, so I'll go ahead and pop that up on the screen. This brush is a detangling brush that is made by FHI Heat. The bristles on this is amazing. They're flexible and they're also high and low. So there's some long ones, there's some short ones, which is what helps aid in the ability for someone to quickly detangle the person's hair with this product. I may do a separate video on me using this brush on someone who has more tangled hair, because like I said, you guys really don't get to see how this item works. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and detangle the hair using your spray bottle, spraying from roots all the way to the ends. Make sure you separate that hair, especially for someone who has thicker hair strands or more dense hair. If you're not saturating in between all that hair, you're not properly getting it saturated, which will cause the hair to not glide as much as you need it to when trying to detangle. Okay, so thick strands, you want to use small sections depending on the type of detangling brush that you are using to get through this hair, and take your time. I'm moving what seems like it's quickly, but it's just because, like I said, her hair was already detangled. I'm just doing my due diligence as a hairstylist and making sure that I'm removing all the fallen hair. For those who don't know what fallen hair is, that is going to be the hair that naturally sheds from your scalp. When you're wearing a protective style, that hair can't shed because it's wrapped up. So I'm just making sure there's none of that, because if there is, that's going to cause her to tangle up really bad while I'm shampooing her hair. So even if your client comes detangled, as a hairstylist, you should still go through and use a Y2 comb, a detangling brush, something to make sure all of that hair has been removed, and just to also make sure that the hair is properly detangled. I'll be back when it's time for us to go ahead and get into the shampoo process. Now, getting into the shampoo process, I'm just going to go ahead and do a temperature check with Sydney. Then I'm going to go ahead and start off by running this water all over her hair. As you can see, if you look at the bottom of the sink, you can see all of this water is foggy, it's cloudy and everything like that. This is buildup that is on her scalp, and the goal is to get this this water to run clear or as clear as possible before you start shampooing your client's hair. Everyone knows that that first lather is always the hardest to get a lot of suds out of. And the reason for that is because of the buildup that is on the hair. So Sydney is an athlete. She plays volleyball. So this is sweat, product, oil, leave-in conditioner. This is all that buildup coming off of her hair. And if you keep watching the water, you'll see it's going to begin to start running clear so that I can start my shampoo process. And for those that may ask, the mask that she's wearing is something that I provide. This particular one is a lavender mask, and it is slightly heated so that it adds comfort and kind of like, you know, a therapeutic spa-like experience, which is what I like to call my shampoo process. It's going to add that extra oomph to the shampoo service that you provide to your clients. I either have a lavender one or some people get a chamomile one. Those two are going to be the best for that calming. So starting off with my first shampoo, I'm using the Mizani Moisture Fusion Gentle Clarifying Shampoo. This shampoo is made with charcoal and coconut oil. This is a revitalizing gentle shampoo that works to remove buildup and impurities without stripping the strands of its moisture or natural shine. This product is amazing. It glides through the client's hair like butter. Okay, a lot of clarifying shampoos have harsh sulfates in them, which strip the hair of the natural oils, which, to be honest, I have a love and hate relationship with, because sometimes you need that, but Mizani did their thing on this product here where I don't need anything that has those harsh sulfates in it and that strips my client's hair, and it also causes tangling if it strips the hair that bad. Mizani really did a great job with this and keeping moisture in this. Because it does have coconut in it, I also have another clarifying shampoo, which is going to be an alternative for those who have coconut allergies or sensitivity, which is the Design Essentials Peppermint and Aloe Therapeutic Anti-Itch Shampoo. It cleanses and it helps to control scalp flaking and itching. That would be an alternative that I would use, because as for me, the products that I like to use in salon that I choose for Salon Pro are going to be Mizani and Design Essentials. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to work that in, making sure to really scrub her scalp and to remove all of the dirt, grime, and impurities that are there. And as you can see, my steamer has started up. I am one of those hairstylists that is going to shampoo your hair with the steamer every single time, and it costs no additional fee to you. That is just how I like to shampoo my clients' hair after really doing some research on the benefits of a steamer, and I've decided that it's just going to be something that is my choice on how I like to shampoo my clients' hair. When shampooing your client's hair, make sure, of course, you're going to focus on the scalp, but you also want to, as you can see, like I'm pulling and stretching on her hair strands. This is because I want to stop it from tangling up during this process, because no matter how moisturizing that shampoo is, it does tend to dry the hair out just a little bit, and it can be easier for the hair to tangle up. So you also want to make sure you're lifting your client's head up and getting into that nape area really well. And like I said, continue to detangle all the way through. I'm going to go ahead and rinse her hair clear so that I can go ahead and get ready for my second shampoo. Once I finish rinsing Sydney's hair, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my second shampoo, which is going to be the only shampoo or conditioner that I use that is not by Mizani or Design Essentials. That's going to be the Apple G Keratin and Green Tea Shampoo. This is a shampoo that is made up of keratin amino acids and green tea antioxidants. Keratin is the building block of the hair, which is also a protein. Protein is what strengthens the hair and allows it to be temporarily altered to do things like take heat and go to a straight form, but also be able to be altered back into its natural curly form with just water. If your hair lacks protein, then it is more receptive to damage. Green tea in this product helps to prevent split ends, and it contains vitamin E, which helps the hair to fight damage. The caffeine in the green tea has the ability to block the hormone that often causes baldness. It also has the ability to not only control oil production, but helps aid in clearing out clogged follicles, and the antimicrobial properties tackle bacteria in your scalp, allowing your hair follicles to grow in a healthy environment. So I'm going to continue to really saturate this into my client's hair using a scalp massager. And I use this scalp massager as something to help, really scrub into her scalp, and also as a detangler. I also use massaging techniques while I'm working any of my shampoo products into my client's hair so that I can continue to aid in blood flow and circulation. Once I'm done shampooing Sydney's hair, I'm going to go ahead and do my last shampoo, which is going to be using a moisturizing shampoo. And if I didn't already say it, my shampoo process is a 3-step process, which is going to be 3 different shampoos. Your first one clarifying, your second one strengthening, and your third one moisturizing. So I use the Mizani True Texture Moisture Replenish Shampoo. It's highly moisturizing shampoo rich in antioxidants, and it's also silicone-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free. This is going to help to add as much moisture to the outer layer of her hair shaft as possible, and this is what you're going to lock in later with your oil. For those who don't know, conditioner is moisturizing, oil is a sealant. There's some oils that are moisturizing, but you really got to have an understanding to that. That's gonna have to be a whole nother video on the explanation of that. So now I'm doing her deep conditioning treatment, and the product that I use to deep condition her hair is going to be the Design Essentials Rosemary and Mint Stimulating Super Moisturizing Conditioner. This conditioner quickly penetrates into the hair shaft to revitalize the driest of hair condition. It calms inflammation while nourishing the hair follicles. The rosemary in this purifies and restores the hair and leave it soft and manageable, while the peppermint calms and relaxes the scalp, providing a aromatherapeutic atmosphere that awakens the senses. I just love it. Anytime I put this on the client's hair, they always go, "Ooh, what's that?" Like they wake up out of their sleep and they're just like, "Something just woke me up," and it's gonna be the peppermint in this that really wakens the senses. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and continuing with my steam treatment, just some added benefits of why a steam treatment is important, why I feel like you should choose someone who does a steam treatment would be: steam treatment helps to deep condition by allowing the heat to penetrate the hair shaft and to relax the cuticles, allowing the conditioner to seep deeply and allowing the maximum amount of moisture to even penetrate into the client's hair, which is best for low porosity hair since the cuticles are so tightly closed. It increases blood flow in your scalp, and the constant blood flow is needed to help prevent thinning and balding, and it aids in the hair growth. In the case of medium to highly porous hair, which tends to soak up a lot of oils and cream more easily, when you use the steamer, the cuticles will open up from the steam and help to release any grime that settles in the cuticles that your regular cleanser just isn't able to remove, which is why it's great to use while shampooing, and the client's hair is not just getting a deep conditioner. While the deep conditioner is going ahead and penetrating through my client's hair shaft, I like to provide scalp massages for like the first 3 to 5 minutes. The benefits of the scalp massage is to help to improve their client's blood circulation, which will also help with adding a thickness to clients who may have some thinness or some balding in some areas. Scalp massages also help to remove dead skin and remove product buildup, improving oil control, and it reduces dandruff that builds up in the client's hair. My shampoo service is about 25 minutes, but that's because I like to allow maximum hydration and allow my clients' hair to really take in as much water as possible. Although we use the term hydration and moisture interchangeably, they're actually not the same. Hydration refers to the water intake and retention that reaches to the deep inner layer of the hair, while moisture refers to the outer layer of the hair, which we focus on sealing in that moisture to stop evaporation of water that we added in. The reason why my shampoo service is so long is because I saw a study that discovered that a 15 to 25 minute scalp massage has positive effects on the stress hormone, which reduces stress and it lowers both the heart rate and blood pressure. My shampoo process doesn't consist of just scrubbing the scalp, but it also consists of massaging while working in the products, regardless if it's shampoo or conditioner. This is how I choose to do it. I'm not saying that this is what everyone should do, because some hairstylists don't want to put the extra work in and do all that physical work. But for me, I don't like to cut corners, and this is how I like to do my clients' hair, because I am all about healthy hair and hair retention overall. Those nights where I couldn't get enough sleep as well, so I sure would be like, dang, I wish somebody would shampoo my hair like I shampoo everybody else's hair. I want to be sleep with my mouth open too. So I feel you. I'm glad you able to come here and get your quick little 15-minute nap in.
I don't even get to sleep like that when Mama washes my hair.
Really? Well, yeah, because you got to stand up, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one time.
So I definitely want to let you guys hear that, because when Sydney woke up, she had to like stop for a second so she can like really shake it off. I'm like, yeah, girl, don't get lightheaded, because listen, my girl was knocked out with her mouth open, but I kid you guys not, a lot of my clients are like knocked out, mouth open. They forgot where they was at. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in and do a quick detangle of her hair. For the most part, it is detangled already, so that I can go ahead and prep for my blow drying process. So the product that I just went ahead and sprayed in her hair was the Design Essentials Bamboo and Silk HCO leave-in conditioner. This conditioner helps to penetrate deep into the hair shaft to detangle and strengthen the hair. It also has a built-in heat protectant to help prevent from heat damage. So when I get ready to blow dry her hair, I don't have to add any additional heat protectant. So I'm going to go ahead and go in again into a couple of sections so that I can do some Bantu knots into her hair. This is how I like to blow dry my clients' hair. Some people like to use a plastic cap, or some people just clip the hair up out of their way while they're blow drying. But for me, Bantu knots is going to be the best way for me to start my blow drying process, because I'm going to put my client under a hooded dryer while the Bantu knots are in. This is going to dry the scalp to stop all that dripping wet, and it also is going to get to her roots for me, so I don't have to get to her roots as closely with a hooded dryer, and it's going to stretch those roots for me, you know, again, so that I don't possibly burn her with the hand dryer that I'm going to use. It also is going to hold in that moisture into her hair and keep it detangled while I'm working on the other sections. After blow drying Sydney's hair, I took her from under the hooded dryer, and we're gonna go ahead and go in, and I'm gonna show you guys a few different techniques on how to blow dry your client's hair, whether it's for braids or for a silk press or anything like that, right? So there's brushes, there's using the comb attachment. There's 3 different type of brushes that you can use when you blow dry the hair. It doesn't matter. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that nozzle that was on there, and I'm going to put the comb attachment on her hair. And anytime you're going to blow dry your client's hair, I feel the best method, regardless of what tool you use to blow dry the hair, is going to be the tension method, which is what I'm doing right now, where you saw me detangle her hair, hold the hair taut at a stretched variable, And I'm going to go ahead and take my blow dryer and I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to just hold that hair down at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to use the blow dryer to dry her hair strands while I'm stretching it. This is going to make it easier for you to go through your client's hair with the comb attachment or brush without getting all those snags. The tension method is the best method to use for curly or coarse hair. Period. That is how I feel. That is what I think. If you're not doing the tension method, you cannot blow dry my hair, because you're just not about to yank through my hair with that comb attachment or that brush. And the comb attachment for me is my least liked method of blow drying hair, because people tend to go through and they're yanking through their hair with that comb attachment. As you can see, I didn't speed this up. I didn't cut this, I didn't clip this or anything. After I stretched her hair and I blow dried and I got that mid shaft dry how I wanted it to, I went ahead and I used the end of my comb attachment and I worked my way from the bottom, working up to her roots. That is going to be the best way to use the comb attachment. If you use it any other way, you are causing breakage to your client's hair. Period. That's just how I feel. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my concentration nozzle back on, and I'm going to do the 3 different methods for blow drying the hair with brush. The first brush I'm going to use here is going to be a Denman brush. A Denman brush, I really like it for those who have tighter cuticles or tighter curls, because as far as getting that stretch out of it, it's going to be the best one, other than using your paddle brush or your round brush. Make no mistake, the paddle brush and the round brush is top tier, but I tend to like the Denman brush if you're someone who doesn't like to use the round brush. As you can see with my Denman brush method, I'm doing the same thing. Tension method, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry her mid shaft. I'm going to let go. As you can see, it barely bounces back. I'm going to start off from the ends, and I'm going to go ahead and detangle down to get those ends first. And I'm going to work my way up and take that blow dryer up the mid shaft and then take it up going to her scalp. As you can see, it kind of staggered a little bit there when I was just drying it. To be honest, I kind of went up too soon to her mid shaft. I should have slowed down first, which is a reason why I don't care for the Denman brush as much, but I do like it for a tighter curl pattern. It just tends to take a little bit longer, in my opinion personally, when using the Denman brush. And as you can see, since I decided to do the Bantu knots and put her under the hooded dryer, I'm not getting close to her scalp with my hand dryer at all. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my paddle brush. Same exact way. I'm going to do the tension method. After detangling her hair, I'm going to work my way down with that blow dryer, and I'm going to go ahead and dry this out and stretch those curls. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit because I'm trying not to have my arm in the way of the video. And then once I'm done, I'm going to let go of that hair. I should have dried it a little bit more, which is why you see it spring back. And honestly, this section was a little bit too big. I knew better, but filming was causing me to move slower, and I don't really like for me to go over time and when I'm doing my client's hair, because at the end of the day, they're paying for a paid service. But as for me and my salon, we're going to use a paddle brush every single time. So this paddle brush that I'm using is by the brand From, and I love this paddle brush. Typically I use it as a wet brush because it is a cushion paddle brush. The brush that I normally use is going to be this one down below, which is a heated plate paddle brush. The plates help to heat up, and it helps to prevent fatigue in our wrists and arms while we're working through that hair. Also, that back metal plate is going to help you glide through the client's hair a lot better. I really wish that my brush was not dirty, but it was dirty, and I didn't realize it was dirty before filming this, and I didn't want to stop to clean it because, like I said, I didn't want to cause myself to go over on her service just because I'm filming. So I'm using the regular cushion brush, but let me tell you, I can still use this cushion brush and get through this girl's hair with no problem. With a dimming brush, I move quicker with the dimming brush through my client's hair. I can get a bigger section, but you do have to hold the hair at the tension method a lot quicker. So on this side, I'm showing you what it looks like to go through your client's hair without doing the tension method, and you keep on pulling and stretching. It goes a lot, like you're gonna go a bit slower. You have more tug. She's resisting more from my pull, which is why I like the tension method. Hold the hair out, blow dry that mid shaft, and then go in, versus the way I just did it now, which was to keep blow drying through and blow drying through. I feel like that causes you to possibly get more snags because you are trying to fight through the curly pattern of your client's hair. I went ahead and finished the rest of her blow drying off camera, and I'm just showing you guys a little bit of me putting in her knotless braids. For the most part, her head is done. I just have 3 or 4 braids in various sections that are going to be done with color. Typically, I would do this while I'm actually doing that row, but I didn't have the colored hair out when I started, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I prepped a few pieces. Once those pieces are done, I'm gonna do the pull method for them. I have no problem with doing the pull method. I prefer the braiding rack, but I can do the pull method for braiding hair as well. To me, pull method makes me slow down, especially if the braiding hair tends to tangle. So I'm just putting these few colors in her hair. She wanted a peekaboo 27 in the back. So for her first 2 rows in the back, she has 27. And then she wanted 3 or 4 streaks of the color at the top of her hair. So I'm going ahead and doing that and making sure I'm tucking her hair as much as possible so that none of her real hair is showing through that color. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this, and then we'll come back so you guys can see the finished product. If you want to see tips on how to tuck your client's hair or how to actually do knotless braids, I did already make previous videos on those 2 things, and I'll make sure to link them down below so you can watch full tutorials and a close-up in-depth breakdown of how to do that. Once I'm done braiding Sydney's hair, I'm going to apply my mousse and my hairspray, and I'm going to dip her braids in the hot water to go ahead and relax and set them. And then I'm going to put her under the hooded dryer. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to clip your client's hair up and you need to put them under the hooded dryer, because gone are the days of allowing your client to leave the salon with a soaking wet shirt or their butt wet. Like, too many times have I seen clients leaving. You don't know what your clients have to do after their service, especially if they're getting an early service and they're only getting like larger jumbo braids. You don't know if they have plans to go straight to an event right after or what, but now you have their back of their shirt and their butt all wet because you refuse to add the additional 15 minutes to dry their hair. As for my clients, they will be dried in-house. Once I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and oil her scalp. Oiling her hair, this is needed every single time. Do not force your clients to oil their own scalp. That's just crazy. Especially for me, I'm a full service hairstylist. So after I just did that amazing hair treatment and giving them all that moisture, I want to seal in that moisture with the best oil possible. So I'm using this oil here. Here's going to be a great example of an additional oil that you can use from Design Essentials to help seal in your client's moisture. This oil is going to be the Design Essentials Scalp Care Anti-Itch and Tension Relief Oil. This oil is a blend of natural oils that's formulated to calm and soothe some of the driest and itchiest of the scalps. This is going to be great for her because she just came directly out of knotless braids and we're putting her right back in. So it's going to soothe her scalp, help to reduce any inflammation. The tea tree nourishes and protects, while the aloe vera calms and reduces and prevents any breakage. Once I finished that, I went ahead and went in with my Edge Booster Edge Control, and I'm going to apply a little bit of that to her edges. We are not doing baby hairs. To be honest, 95% of my clients choose a no baby hair look, but Sydney has these really fine little hairs that you can't even see, and I like to push them down and then go ahead and mold them over into her scalp. So because to be honest, it's not something I'm going to try to grab because they're so teeny tiny and they're so fine and soft that I'm just going to go ahead and swoop them over a little bit. And once her hair starts to get a little older and frizz up, you can't even see these at all. So for anybody who's a braider, make sure you're asking your client if they want edges or not, because not everybody wants some baby hairs. You know, it's like I said, most of my clients go for the sleek look, no baby hair look, because they can't keep that up at home anyway. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my oil sheen of choice, which is the Fantasia Hair Polisher Mist. This is going to be my oil sheen of choice because I don't really like the Magic Fingers oil sheen. It doesn't really give any sheen or shine in my opinion, and the top of it drives me crazy. I always lose the little part that you have to press on to make the product spray out. I don't know why. I have two brand new bottles sitting over there and only one of them has the lid, but like I said, it's not really my favorite, so I'm gonna go with the Fantasia. So here's going to be the final product on Sydney's hair. Thank you so much for my returning subscribers, and thank you so much for the new viewers. Please make sure you subscribe down below and turn on post notifications so you can see when the next time I upload and you'll be the first to be notified. Leave some comments down below on what type of content you would like to see next. Thank you so much. See you soon.